Kelsey Ballerini and Halsey on Magic this morning, and I'm Jeff Garfield, and it is time for a weekly installment, as we mentioned, of Good Policies with Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. Nice little rain out there.
You know, the young me would be all upset that it's raining. The me with a homeowner and a well goes, yes. Rain, baby.
Well, that and we know that you keep up real well on your lawn. Probably it was getting close to being a little sunburned also. So.
Yeah, a little scorching here and there. You know, it's funny with it when I look like Pigpen from Charlie Brown after I mow the lawn just because it's kicking up more dirt than it is grass these days. So.
Hey, I want to ask you this here. We've got that Higgins Hill Road closure from Concord Avenue all the way over to Waterford. Does that impact you at all?
Not me at all.
Okay.
I got to see the sign that said road closure.
Okay.
Because I come down by your sister station, and I get to see the sign that says it's closed. But no, it doesn't impact me at all.
All right. So, folks, reminding you that is closed, was closed yesterday and today, and they're anticipating doing some pave-in that may cause some traffic delays on the 15th. And sorry to take up your time here, Mike, but Underpass Road in Sutton from 4948 north to Route 5 is closed all week long. So we just thought we'd remind folks of that. Okay, so we talk about so much. We've learned so much about the insurance industry here with our weekly chats. I find it common, back when I was a mechanic, okay? There are things that you just automatically assume people know about their cars.
Yeah.
You just, you got to change the oil, you got to rotate the tires, blah, 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 blah. So you don't often mention it.
True.
Until somebody comes in with a bald tire. But the reason I'm using that as a comparison, you have been part of this family-owned business for a bazillion years. You and your wife now together with a great crew run it. Are there any similarities? Because, I mean, we talk about auto insurance, we talk about homeowners, we talk about business, we talk about escrow like we did last week. And the things that you guys do that people might not know about.
Yeah. And the interesting part about it, Jeff, is remember, I'm second generation into this. So I remember my parents being the insurance agents that owned and operated Barrett Insurance. And I oftentimes had no clue what the heck they did. What do you do all day? So there's a million and one things that happen. We're busy all the time. There's always something going on. There's always something for us to tend to. And believe it or not, whether you know it or not, we're working on your policies, whether you're aware or not. Something as simple as a bank request, which honestly, at this stage, we could probably hire a full-timer to manage this. But a lot of banks with processing centers that they use these days don't always get the communication of proof of insurance that they need, mostly for home, but certainly for auto as well. So we spend a lot of time communicating with banks to make sure that they're seeing the proof of insurance so that you're in compliance with your mortgage or your loan so that you're not getting forced-placed insurance.
Now, with proof of insurance and my lead-in about being in the automotive industry, there are obviously 6 months out of every year that you've been contacted by a shop, and we're talking about the even numbered months where people have to get their cars inspected because they can't find their insurance card. You do that as well.
All the time, including for myself. My favorite is when I get the call, yes, we're looking for an ID card for Michael Barrett's blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, that's me. Yeah, let me get that to you. Not sure why it's not in my car. I thought it was. So, yeah, all that happens. So that's the beauty of it. Whether a lot of people think that we're only there to start the policy and that's it. We're maintenance. We want to work with you. We want to help you understand, continue to work with you so that whenever you have questions that you can call. A lot of people feel like they can't call. I hate to call and bother you with this, but no. That's why we're there. We're there to help you and answer as they go. A policy is not static in any way, shape, or form. It is to go with the changes, the ebbs and flows of your lifestyle. And as things change, we're happy to discuss the options and keep things moving in a direction that's proper protection for you.
Well, as in any customer service relations, you develop a relationship with people that have been with you for a period of time.
Yeah.
And you build relationships with people that come on board. So you're keeping up on what's going on. So, for example, you have an individual list of clients. Your wife has an individual list of clients that they deal with more on a regular basis.
Right.
So they know they're always checking their client list to see when things are coming up due. Also keeping in contact with them to see if there's been any changes. That's very key, very important.
Yeah, and we started recently email communication a little more to kind of send little reminders and things like tips and tricks and things to think about. We're hoping to get people to trigger the thought of, I got to reach out. Here's why. And it's working fairly well. We're pretty happy about that because it's so difficult these days to get a hold of people. Some people don't open their mail. Some people don't check their email. So we try to communicate in as many ways, shape, or form as we can so that we're kind of sending out that little reminder because, it takes two to tango in this industry. So we want to make sure we have your information up to date, that we have your desires for coverage up to date and current so that we can really serve your needs.
Well, and just like, say, for example, an advertising representative, I mean, obviously people are doing things to make a buck, but they're also doing things to, like a good sales rep is trying to help a business grow.
Yeah.
So you too are doing that, and that's allowed the word to get out for more and more people.
Right. And one thing we always, we kind of get nervous about is when people call us insurance salespeople. Yeah, sure. And the essence of it, yeah, that's what we are. But that's not how we feel. We're not out there just to sell you something. We're out there to guide you through the process. It means a lot to us to make sure that, that first off, that you've chosen to give us an opportunity to work with you. We're going to do everything we can possibly to make sure we're fulfilling our commitment to you. So.
Well, the Barrett family has done that. I mean, in today's world, we hear more and more family businesses falling to the wayside. But you mentioned earlier, and we mentioned it quite a bit, you're into the second generation. So it obviously isn't about just making a buck. It's about relationships.
It is. And our when your last name's on the door, you want to take that extra step to make sure that you, it's not job security when your name's on the door. It's more, it is, but it's more stress, to make sure that things are going the way they should be.
Well, and again, second generation, there's a commitment there. So if folks would like to develop a relationship with Barrett Insurance, how?
Yeah, you can give us a call, 748-5224. We are and will continue, even when we move in the next month or so, to be on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. Online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, and YouTube. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency.
All right. And tune in Thursday mornings.
Yes.
All right. We're going to go say hey to Charlie.
Oh, he's chilling in the truck.
All right. Magic in the Morning continues on with music from Camila Cabello.